Is it recording?
Hi!
Hey!
What are we doing?
We're doing How We Fell in Love.
Okay, so one of our viewers commented on our latest video and asked us if we would talk about how we met and how we fell in love and got married and all that good stuff. So that's what we're going to do today. Huh?
What?
What'd you do?
This dog isn't a creeper. Just kidding.
We love you all.
How are you doing, brothers and sisters? I'm just messing. Just trying to have fun.
Okay, so let's start the story. Where do we begin? Little goober.
So, Angelina,
starts last February. This might be a long video.
yeah.
Starts last February in 2015. I joined the LDS Church.
Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
So I got baptized, and I had seen Michael like a couple weeks before I got baptized at like church activities, FHE. And I thought he was super cute, and he was super loud and outgoing, and I just loved his personality, but I didn't think anything of it because I didn't want to date because I was going to school in the fall, and so I'd have to leave everyone. But I got baptized, and then what happened after that?
Well, after that, I was pretty much done with dating. I dated a lot. I was planning on moving to Utah. I was planning on just starting a new life and leaving the area, and so I was talking to a buddy, and he said, "Well, you shouldn't give up on dating just yet. Keep trying." And one FHE night, we were playing basketball. Angelina came up to me and she's like, "Hey, I saw you at
I think I saw you at school the other day because I was pretty sure I saw him, but I didn't want to like honk or anything like that because I wasn't sure if it was him. So I came up to him and I said, "Was that you?" And he's like, "Yeah." And so then we kind of just like stopped talking then, and then a couple minutes later, you started talking to me again.
Yeah.
And we went to like the side of a stage. There was like a stage there, and we just sat on it and we started talking. And it wasn't a real conversation.
Yeah, it was more like flirting.
Him flirting with me
Yeah.
and me giggling and turning really bright red, like a tomato. And what was the one you said over and over again?
You're like, I'm digging this vibe.
And I was just sitting there like, you're so cute. I didn't know what to say because he was making me blush and he was so cute. So that happened, and we talked, and then he had to go play basketball again, and he told me to stay. To wait for him so he could talk to me after basketball. But I was the only girl left, and I wasn't going to stay, so I left. But I got home, and I was like, I'm going to add this guy on Facebook, which is so unlike me because I usually want the guy to make the first move, right? But I added him on Facebook, and as soon as he got home, I guess, he messaged me.
Yep, and you started talking. I told her she could have
just
just
like,
asked.
"How dare you leave me?"
Yeah. You could have just asked for my number.
Oh no!
Facebook.
You were totally.
Yeah. Yeah, and then we started talking.
No, so he asked me out on Facebook to go to a Mexican food place on a date. Yeah. So the day we started talking was Monday, and then that date was on Friday, and so that was that. And then the next day, you told me to text you. Again, you made me do all the work. So I texted you, and I said, "Guess who?" And Michael said, "Beautiful girl who blushes a lot." I remember that. I was like, ah! And then, so that whole week leading up to the date, we talked on the phone. Michael asked me if he could talk to me on the phone, and so called each other every night, I think. And we had like an hour-long conversation each night, I think. And just got to know each other.
Yep.
We talked about everything.
And then we went on a date.
And when we went on our first date, it felt like we really knew each other because we talked so much on the phone already. So it was really like, it wasn't like awkward like a lot of first dates would probably be.
And then it just went from there. We went
on our first date, and he was such a gentleman. He brought me roses. He opened the car door like he still does. He held my hand on the way there, which again might be weird if it's a first date, but we just felt right.
Just connected.
It felt right.
Yep.
So we went out to Mexican food, which was fun, and then we, what did we do after that?
And then we went for a drive.
Yeah.
And
Michael kissed me!
Yeah.
Ah! Gentlemen, don't kiss the ladies on the first date. I wouldn't recommend it, but it worked out in this case.
Yeah.
It felt right.
I usually don't do that either.
Yeah.
It just happened.
I was a little thrown off, but I mean it worked out. We love each other.
Yeah.
So yeah, first date happened.
And then we went on another date.
What was our second date? I know what it was. Chess.
Our second date was when we sat outside
Yeah.
at my house and we stargazed and I had a fire pit.
It's like for 4 hours.
Yeah.
And we talked again, like talked about everything.
Yeah. And then
It was so romantic.
And then,
so we went on more dates and stuff and hung out. And I was like, I told him that I didn't want to be boyfriend and girlfriend, like officially, because for a bunch of different reasons. So it was like, so he was really patient with me. And he was like, that's fine, like take your time deciding, blah, blah, blah. And I did. So a couple weeks passed and I was like, I really liked him. So I wanted to either date him or not. So I had to make a choice, right? So super hard, but I decided that I would date him and that we could be like official together. So I told him that. And then 2 weeks later, 2 weeks after we like officially started dating, I think it was 2 weeks, we said I love you to each other.
Yeah.
And I did. I loved him so much.
Yeah.
And that's actually such a funny story. How I said I love you.
Yeah.
I made him say it. So I was sitting in church. I'm not letting you talk, huh?
That's alright.
It's because this is like.
It's more of a girl thing, anyways.
Anyways, I was sitting in church and I was like, I have to tell Michael that I love him, but I don't want to tell him because I want him to say it first, girl thing. So that's how we work, most girls. So I was like, how can I make him say it first? So I thought that when we were going to say bye to each other by our car after church, that I would say, I really like you. But instead of saying like, I would say love, and then like slip and change it to like. So it'd be like love, like, and like change it.
She didn't plan that.
No, yes I did. I did plan it. I planned it.
She said
because then I wanted him to be like,
she's
what
like,
would you say?
I love. And I was like, wait, what'd you say?
And then I was like, what? Like all shy. And then you know what he said? He looked at me in the sweetest way and he said, what if I told you I feel the same way? And I said, then say it. It was like a Nicholas Sparks movie and he said it. And then I said it and there was like fireworks and everything, the whole hurrah. It was great. It was seriously the most romantic moment. I will never forget it.
Yeah.
It was like a movie.
And then we dated for...
So yeah, after that we dated. We went on a lot of dates, had a lot of fun.
Lots of adventures.
We went to where we go to the beach, we went to water holes, we went to the zoo, we did everything together. Yeah.
And then Angelina went to school.
Wait, you're going too far ahead of the story.
No, how?
We gotta tell him about how I decided that I was gonna marry you. You're going too far ahead here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so then like in June, or maybe like in May or June, I started thinking about marrying him because I'm not the type of girl that like dates for no reason, I guess. Like I don't want to just be like dating you for it to end, It's either gotta have marriage or nothing. See what I'm saying? So I started thinking about getting married to him, and it was super hard for me to decide whether I wanted to marry you, right? Mm-hmm. Thought about it for a while, and I really loved him. Like he's perfect in every single way, but I was just afraid of like just the idea of marriage. And I was super young. I was 19. I mean, I'm still young now. I'm 20. I'm 21. At the time, I was I think 20, or 19, 20. And so I was just afraid. I still had to finish school and all that stuff. So I wasn't sure. And I mean, marriage is a big thing, so you don't know like if it's the right person. But the more I thought about it, I was like, I cannot find a guy that is more perfect than Michael for me. Like, I mean, I knew that I would probably find someone, if I didn't end up marrying him, I'd probably find someone else and fall in love and blah, 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 and get married. But I couldn't imagine my life without Michael. Seriously, it was like, I couldn't do it. He was just everything. We were so compatible together. He was like everything I've ever wanted. And I seriously mean that, like, it was like a dream come true.
Same with Angelina. Angelina's pretty much perfect. She's the epitome of the girl that I wanted to marry.
So yeah, we just fit like a glove.
Yeah, like PB and J.
So after a lot of thinking, I decided that I would marry him, and I told him that. And when did you know that you wanted to marry me?
Oh, probably from the beginning. Pretty much.
From the beginning?
Yeah.
What, first date? It's like, yeah, this girl's alright. I'll marry her.
No, I just when you talk to somebody, you get to know somebody deeply, and you figure out who they are and stuff like that, and you see like the things that it's what you are looking for, an eternal companion. That's what I saw in Angelina, and that's when I was like, oh wow, like she's pretty special, she's pretty amazing, this is somebody that I seriously could see myself living with for forever.
I I didn't know guys like you existed. So when I found him, I was like, I gotta keep him.
Yeah.
I gotta keep them. Like, push all my fears aside. And I knew that, like, people weren't gonna be happy. Like, certain people weren't gonna be happy about me getting married young, and like all that stuff. But it didn't matter because I wanted to be with him, and we knew it was right.
Yeah.
So we decided we would get married.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: in September is when I left for school.
Yeah.
And I was in a whole different state, so that made things a little hard.
Yeah. By this time, I was saving up to buy a ring and stuff like that, and I already knew that I was going to go down. I planned it out, how I was going to ask her to marry me, when I was going to ask her to marry me.
I didn't know.
Yeah. She wasn't sure if it was actually going to happen or not.
Yeah.
But
I was really impatient.
October.
So October came around.
Yeah. So we'd been together for about 7 months, 8 months.
No, we'd been together for like 5 months at that point, or 6. Because I left for school in September. And then in October is our 7-month mark where we got engaged.
7 months.
So October came around, so I'd been in school for like almost a month. And I was missing him like crazy. And
I came down, we got tickets to general conferences when our church gets, like our entire church gets together and they broadcast. And you can go and see it live. And it's the general authorities in Utah. And so I got tickets, so I came down and picked her up. And I took her to the Joseph Smith. Like we show you guys that place, that's the Joseph Smith Memorial.
That vlog, our very first vlog.
If you've seen that vlog, that was Joseph Smith Memorial. That's where I asked Angelina to marry me.
It's the rooftop building. There's a restaurant that overlooks the Salt Lake Temple, and we got in there and we had the seat right across the temple, like the view.
Yeah, I had requested like a month in
Maybe
advance.
I'll insert in picture.
Yeah, in months in advance, I requested it and everything like that. And
yeah, so we were up there. He took me out to dinner, and it was super nice. We dressed up really nice. And we just started eating food. The food was excellent. Yeah. Excellent. And I could tell that Michael was, like, being a little weird at one point. Like, after, like, the main course, he was just getting a little shaky and kind of weird. And the weirdest part was he didn't want dessert. And that was super weird. I was like, something is wrong with this guy. He does not want dessert. And there I was, like, eating all my dessert, like, Michael, are you gonna eat yet? He's like, no, I'm fine. And he kept looking back, like, the whole time. I was like, what are you looking at? I don't know what you
I was trying to wait for a friend who was supposed to come up and record the whole situation, and he wasn't showing up because my phone died, and he was trying to get a hold of me, but he couldn't because my phone was dead. So when Angelina actually went and got her dessert, I asked this couple right across from us who were celebrating their anniversary, and I was like, "Hey, I'm about to ask this girl to marry me. Can you record it for me?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure, totally." So they ended up recording it for us. And
came back, and he got on one knee and asked me to marry him.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
It was pretty amazing.
Very special.
Yeah.
So then that weekend was over. Really sad because I had to leave you.
Yep, I had to come back home.
And so school ended in December that semester, and my school we go by tracks, so it's basically like seasons that you go for school. Like you don't go for fall, winter, and spring all together. You just go for 2 semesters. You can go for 3 under like special circumstances. But I was fall and spring, so I would be home for the winter semester. So I got home in December. And all was well because I was with Mikey again. Yeah. And our wedding was set for March 11th, 2016. So I had that semester to kind of plan the wedding and, get ready and stuff, get ready to move here. So, yeah, we got married on March 11th, 2016. It was a wonderful day. Yeah.
That's our story.
Yeah. It's our cute little love story.
Met each other at church.
So, yeah, we dated for about 7 months, got engaged, got married at the 1-year mark. Mm-hmm. And yeah, now we've been together for almost
7 months in October.
We've been together for 7 months.
We'll be married for
a year and 7 months.
Yeah.
No, we've been married
for 7 months.
But together for a year.
For a year.
So yeah, that's our story, and we are very happy, and I'm glad that I decided to marry you, even though I was young and so unsure.
I'm glad she decided to marry you.
It was the best decision I've ever made, and don't let anyone ever tell you that you can't marry young. You can.
You can. You choose. Love is a choice.
Yes. I like my choice.
Bye, brothers and sisters. Thanks for watching.
Subscribe and like and comment anything that you want to do. Be our
If you
friend.
have questions,
Yes, ask us a
ask us
question. I always
questions.
respond.
We like.
We read them.
Yeah, we do. We actually really take time
Yes.
to read them and look at them.
We're glad to share our lives with you. Bye.
Bye.